Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Blake Moynes says he was almost the Bachelor. What happened? Bachelorette and Bachelor in Paradise alum Blake Moynes reveals that he was almost the Bachelor. He appeared on a podcast this week where he dished on reality television and even his ex Katie Thurston. What did Blake say about almost landing the leading role? Keep reading to get all the details. Blake Moynes almost the Bachelor? Fans met Blake Moynes when he first appeared on Claire Crawley's season of The Bachelorette. He didn't find love with her, so he moved on to Tayshia Adams. Following that season of the show, Blake joined Katie Thurston's season midway through and actually ended up engaged to her. Sadly, the two ended their relationship shortly after the finale aired on ABC. Blake went on to eventually try his luck on Bachelor in Paradise. He didn't find love there either, although he did make some great lifelong friends. Now, in a new interview on Jax Taylor's In the Mind of a Man podcast, Blake revealed that he was nearly the Bachelor. He said, "There's been a couple of instances that almost transpired. One being last year. Bachelor almost became a thing, being the lead, but went in a different direction." Blake also shared other reality television opportunities. He said, "There was another opportunity with a Netflix show that just wasn't for me, and I just couldn't do. There's also a Bravo network show that eventually happened, so we'll see what happens there." Needless to say, Moynes is not giving up on reality television just yet. He says he is just being picky about what he chooses to do, being that he is so busy with projects all over the world. There are mixed emotions from Bachelor Nation about whether or not Blake should be the lead. However, the majority agree the 34-year-old wildlife conservationist would be perfect for the role. Who knows? With The Bachelorette skipping a season, perhaps showrunners will pull a veteran alum for the next lead. Blake's thoughts on ex Katie Thurston. Bachelorette alum Blake Moynes also revealed where he stands with ex Katie Thurston today. He shared that after her appearance on Bachelor in Paradise, they have been good. In fact, they even talk every now and then. Blake also shared that he has been following along with her breast cancer journey. He hasn't called her since he is her ex, and she's newly married. However, he did say he made her a long video message and sent it to her showing his support. He believes that Katie is fiery and will have no trouble beating this awful disease. Moynes feels this will just be a small hurdle for her. She's tough, and he's optimistic that she will conquer it. Katie feels the same and has previously noted that anyone who knows her knows she will not quit fighting. Blake Moynes, a familiar face in Bachelor Nation, recently revealed that he was nearly chosen as the lead for the 2025 season of The Bachelor. Known for his appearances on The Bachelorette season 16 and 17, where he got engaged to Katie Thurston, and later on Bachelor in Paradise season 9, Moynes has been a prominent figure in the franchise. Despite his strong candidacy, the role ultimately went to Grant Ellis. Glamour. +9. Bachelor Nation. +9. Bachelor Nation Wiki. +9. Soap Opera Spy. Moynes' journey in the Bachelor franchise has been eventful. After his engagement to Thurston ended in 2021, he continued to seek love on Bachelor in Paradise. Beyond reality TV, Moynes is a dedicated wildlife conservationist, often sharing his passion for nature and animals with his followers. His commitment to conservation work has been a significant part of his identity, both on and off the screen. Bachelor Nation. In recent times, Moynes has also been in the news for his supportive stance towards his ex-fiancée, Katie Thurston, amid her battle with breast cancer. He expressed his well wishes for her during a podcast appearance, highlighting the amicable relationship they maintained despite their past. FandomWire. +7. E! Online. +7. AOL. +7. People.com. While Moynes was a strong contender for The Bachelor 2025, the decision ultimately favored another candidate. Nevertheless, his journey and experiences continue to resonate with fans, keeping him as a notable figure within Bachelor Nation. In an alternate reality, Blake Moynes would have been the Bachelor, center stage, roses in hand, making tearful goodbyes and jaw-dropping final decisions. But here in this timeline, Blake remains the rugged, wildlife-loving, fan favorite who somehow always ends up just shy of love's final destination. Recently, Blake dropped a bombshell during a podcast interview that sent Bachelor Nation into a frenzy. He was almost the Bachelor, not just in talks, not just considered, but close. How close? Like, contract close? He said with a laugh that carried just a hint of what if. So what happened? Let's rewind. After appearing on Claire and Tayshia's season of The Bachelorette in 2020, Blake quickly became known for his earnestness, his scruffy charm, and his deep love of animals, and by extension, Canada. He wasn't your typical reality TV heartthrob. He was real, unpolished, sincere, and more likely to talk about saving turtles than his abs. But he also had a streak of vulnerability that drew viewers in like moths to a bonfire. Then came Katie Thurston's season. Blake made a surprise mid-season entrance, a move that stirred drama but ultimately led to Katie handing him her final rose. The two got engaged in a whirlwind of mountaintop dates and nervous laughter. But just months later, they split. That heartbreak, many assumed, would send Blake back into the Canadian wilderness to nurse his wounds in peace. But producers had a different idea. After Katie and I broke up, I was devastated, Blake admitted. I didn't think I'd go back on TV again. But then the call came. The call. The Bachelor call. It's the one so many past contestants dream of. The moment you go from hopeful to the hope. It means you're the star, the anchor of the franchise, the one who gets to choose. They told me I had a compelling story, Blake said. They liked that I had been through real heartbreak on the show. They said people rooted for me, that I was relatable, grounded. I was hesitant, but intrigued. Negotiations began. Blake kept quiet as the team began the intricate ballet of filming schedules, contract terms, and casting potentials. At one point, he even had a Bachelor boot camp trip to LA to do fittings, film promos, and discuss potential locations for exotic dates. I did all the stuff. The grooming, the styling, even the fake intros with rose ceremonies, he laughed. It was real. I was there. But as the premiere date crept closer, something started to shift. Blake noticed a growing hesitancy in production's tone. Meetings were postponed. Follow-up calls took longer. At first, he chalked it up to the usual Hollywood shuffle. But then came the whisper that would change everything. Someone else had just become available. That someone, a very recent, very dramatic breakup had rocked Bachelor Nation. A fan-favorite lead, tall, charismatic, and dripping with mainstream appeal, was suddenly on the market again. And ABC loves a redemption arc. Suddenly, the conversations got vaguer, Blake admitted. I knew what was happening. I wasn't safe anymore. He was officially on hold. Not a no, but no longer a yes. I won't lie, it stung, Blake said. You put yourself in this mindset. You start imagining the kind of women you might meet, how you'd approach it differently, how you'd protect your heart this time. Then it all gets snatched away. Ultimately, the network pivoted. The shiny new option was locked in. The promos were reshot, and Blake received the infamous, "We'll keep you in mind for future projects" call. And just like that, his Bachelor moment vanished like mist off a mountaintop. Still, Blake doesn't seem bitter. Disappointed? Absolutely, but not bitter. I think the role would have suited me, he said. I'm not perfect, but I would have taken it seriously. I wanted to find someone for real, not just to make good TV. And that, perhaps, is why Blake's appeal hasn't waned even after multiple stints on the show. He means it. In a franchise sometimes criticized for spotlighting influencers over soulmates, Blake remains the anomaly, the guy who'd rather rescue a beached whale than film a shirtless shower scene. Fans rallied when Blake revealed he was almost the Bachelor. Social media lit up with posts like, he deserved it more than half the guys who got it. and justice for Blake Moynes. Others speculated that he may still get his turn. After all, never say never in Bachelor Nation. Blake, meanwhile, continues his wildlife conservation work, globe-trotting for environmental causes and sharing the occasional bear encounter or sea turtle rescue on Instagram. He's not chasing fame, he's chasing purpose. And maybe, just maybe, still hoping that love will find him in its own wild, unscripted way.